Hello, it is the WWE Talk Show. This is the first episode of the podcast series, I guess, of where me and my buddy Zach. Yeah. Me and my buddy Zach will pretty much be talking about like the WWE's pay-per-views and talk about Raw. Me and him will talk about Raw. We're trying to get another guy for SmackDown, but pretty much we're going to talk about Night of Champions at the moment. But before we do, I'd like to say that this, if we can't bring out an episode right away, we're sorry, but we're still in high school. So, we're still in high school. So, if we don't bring out one, right away, we apologize. Also, we hope to, if we get popular, you can add us on Skype if you want to know. We'll be doing a bunch of, information and stuff. So if you want to add us on Skype, ask questions, talk about WWE stuff, we're not going to include you in the conversation. Sorry, we're not going to be able to include you in the podcast. But, alright, anyway, let's,
Special one someday.
Maybe we'll make a special one someday, we'll put yeah. Alright, but, anyway, talk about Night of Champions. So, may I first start off by saying, I put an accent on start off. May I first start off by saying that I enjoy Night of Champions. So, first of all, Zach, do you have anything to put into Night of Champions?
I just thought it was a really great show in general. Like, the flow of the show was really good. It was just, a lot of good matches. I really can't find really much anything bad about this in general. It was just really great.
Yeah, I thought that the last couple of matches were almost kind of WrestleMania material, almost. Especially the last match, of course.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was a really good match. Alright, so let's first start off by talking about the pre-show, which was the United States, for the United States title shot.
16-man Battle Royale.
Yeah, the 16-man Battle Royale. I always call it Royal Rumble, regardless. I know the Royal Rumble is the 30-man or 40-man thing, but I still call it the Royal Rumble by accident. So if I say Royal Rumble with 16 people, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I'm Lucas, by the way, so I'm the one that's going to be messing up with the words and stuff. Anyway. Yeah. In my personal opinion, I was a little upset that either Santino Marella, he didn't, win it. I thought he was. And I also thought that, just for high hopes anyway, because I really like Ryback. I was hoping Ryback was going to be in the Battle Royale, but turns out he wasn't. And, Zack Ryder, me and my buddy Zach, the guy who's in the podcast. Yeah, the guy who's in the podcast with me. Yeah, you know it.
That's my broski over there.
I was kind of hoping that, Zack Ryder, was going to win that match, and it turns out he didn't, which, wasn't a very happy moment.
He did win that.
What do you mean he did win that?
He did win it. You said Zack Ryder didn't win it.
Yeah, No, I'm saying he didn't win the match against, Antonio. Later on against Antonio Cesaro.
Oh,
yeah. Sorry that I'm skipping ahead. We didn't really plan this out, by the way. He said my buddy Zach here said he wrote down a couple notes, so I have no idea what he has. We'll organize it more, later. This is the first episode. It doesn't really matter. For Night of Champions, let's go back to the 16-man since I don't want to confuse Zachary here.
I'm just looking at the Wikipedia. I'm just going to go by that. But
yeah, I guess that works.
I just want to, sorry to interrupt, I just want to mention the people in it real quick. It was Brodus Clay, Zack Ryder, Primo Epico, Justin Gabriel, Tyson Tensai, Tyson Kidd, Michael McGillicuddy, Darren Young, Titus O'Neil, Jinder Mahal, JTG, I didn't know he was still employed, Drew McIntyre, Ted DiBiase, Heath Slater, the one-man rock band, and Santino Marella.
Yeah, I was actually also kind of hoping I was also kind of hoping that Drew McIntyre was gonna win that. You know, I was
I would like
hoping.
to see that.
Yeah, I was hoping he was gonna win. You know, I really want to see something happen with Ryback and Drew McIntyre really soon. I think that I think that they both deserve a little bit more spotlight at the moment. And moving on though, what was the match after that? Zach probably knows.
The opening was The Miz versus Rey Mysterio versus Cody Rhodes versus Sin Cara, and it was a fatal four-way for the Intercontinental Championship. Before that though, I just want to mention though that it was a good surprise, like seeing JBL return and take JR's spot. That was a little nice surprise from the wrestling guy.
As he calls him anyway, even though he doesn't wrestle anymore, as I always say. I don't really. I enjoyed the fact that JBL did come in, though. I really hope that Jerry, does get better. They say he is better, but I hope he fully recovers, and I hope that he starts doing commentary again. What the hell was that?
Which is a cock.
You sound like a dying chihuahua, man. What the hell was that?
Not a chihuahua.
Oh, Lord. Inside joke, people. Inside joke. But yeah. The Fatal 4-Way I thought was really good. I really, in my opinion, I was voting for Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara, while I'm pretty sure Zach didn't really mind who won. Is that right, Zach? You didn't really care who won, but you're happy that the Miz won.
Well,
yeah.
Miz Marquis, but yeah, I actually like all these people in here, but I'm glad the Miz retained though, and hopefully we'll have a good, Intercontinental, reign.
I want to see somebody beat the Miz for that. The Intercontinental Championship doesn't really get talked about that much, and now that somebody like the Miz has it, people like Rey Mysterio, Sin Cara, and Cody Rhodes are going for it. People like them. I hope that it gets a bit more publicity. I'm tired of seeing just the World Heavyweight and mainly the WWE Championship being shown around so dang much.
Yeah, they sometimes don't care about the
other titles. Stuff. Yeah, especially the tag teams. The tag teams until now have been pretty irrelevant. Yeah, pretty irrelevant actually.
We can talk about that later though, but
yeah, the next match though was. Oh wait.
Sorry, I wasn't done.
Oh okay, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to say one spot in that match was when Rey Mysterio Hurricane Rana did a Hurricane Rana to Cody to the barricade. That was pretty cool actually.
Oh, when he Hurricanra'd Cody like over the barricade.
Yeah, it was like to the barricade or something.
Yeah, that was actually pretty good.
There was a lot of good chemistry in that, and I like the stuff with Rey and Sin Cara, the sort
of how they were still tag teaming pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd give that 3 and 1, 2 stars.
I'd give that match about a 3.5 out of 5 for me. Yeah. Actually, really quick, let's rewind for a second. The 16-man, really quick, that I know it's not part of Night of Champions, but in my personal opinion, I liked it, and I think I'll give that also about a 3.5 out of 5.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I didn't really give it a rating. I just...
it's
part of a start, so I didn't really see it, though. I sort of came in late with that. But
yeah. I thought it was pretty good. Heath Slater was the first to get out, and that made me laugh.
It's a one-man band, baby.
Oh, God.
Woo!
But moving on after the Fatal 4-Way, what match was next? I'm sorry, I totally have forgotten the list already besides, the last 3 matches.
But, in between that, the Fatal 4-Way and the match I'm about to say was, I just want to say, it was the backstage segment with, Kevin being injured and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know who that was.
In my personal opinion, I say that Eve is the one that did that. I say, obviously Eve has been a sneaky, as I want to say, heel. She's been a heel, aka bad guy, most people know what a heel is. But she's been a heel pretty much ever since she thinks she's been giving respect to people. and actually caring about the Divas division when she really hasn't. I mean, every time in the ring when she's like about to, oh, I'm gonna go ahead and shake your hand or whatever, she pretty much kicks the person right afterwards or whatever after she shakes their hand or whatever. And Caitlyn said that she was attacked from behind, by someone that she, had a bag over their head or whatever they said about that. And then personally, what I think's gonna happen is that actually about the match also, that one segment, when they had their match later on, I know we're skipping ahead a little bit, but now that we're talking about that backstage segment, we might as well talk about the match. That match was actually pretty good for a Divas match. It was actually pretty intense for once. The Divas division hasn't been, in my opinion, really that good since Lita left. A lot of people probably can agree with me on that. Really miss Lita. Moonsault Queen right there, baby. But anyway, my personal opinion, though, I thought that match was pretty good, but it still was a Divas match, so I'm going to give it about a 2.5 out of 5, maybe. It wasn't that great, obviously. So, I don't know. What did you think about the match, Zach? Haven't been talking much over there, buddy.
Yeah, I was just letting you talk, but I thought it was an okay match. Like you said, it was a little bit on the aggressive side. I like Eve winning. Because I don't think Leia's been really doing much with that Divas title. She's just been, holding it, I guess. And
yeah.
Hopefully Eve will, do something kind of interesting with it, and it wasn't bad. I kind of, I think I sort of saw that coming, with the taking Caitlyn out.
After that happened, I was immediately like, okay, Eve and freaking Layla are going to go at it. Eve's going to win, and she did. Yeah, it was predictable, and, Eve won. And after she won, I was like, okay, you know what? After this, Eve and Caitlyn are going to go at it, in my opinion. I think Eve and Caitlyn's going to, ask for her title shot, that she wanted. And even Caitlyn, I don't know, maybe at Hell in a Cell sometime later after that, or maybe closer than Hell in a Cell. I believe that Eve and Caitlyn will go at it for the Divas Championship. Caitlyn will try to get it.
I actually think something else. We were talking about this before. I think it's actually just gonna be Eve versus Layla in a rematch at Hell in a Cell. I think Caitlyn's just gonna disappear off TV like she was before, because a few weeks ago when she won that battle royal, it was actually a botch. Eve was actually supposed to win, so that's just what I think. But who knows what could happen. But that match wasn't bad in general. It didn't really bring down the show and didn't help. It was just sort of there. It wasn't bad.
Well, besides internet rumors or possibly what should have happened, I haven't read the article myself. This is what, my buddy Zach here is saying. But if that does happen, I really don't want to see another Eve and Layla, because, they've been kind of, if you think about it, Eve's been constantly wanting the championship to begin with. And I really hope that if it's going to be defended, I hope it's not against Layla. I hope it's against somebody else. But speaking of which, the match, now rewinding back, I know this is getting a little confusing, but after the segment of where Caitlyn was injured, the match after that was the United States one, right?
By the way, for that match, I'll give it a 1 3/4 stars. I just want to add that real quick. But, no, it was actually after that backstage segment with Caitlyn. It was actually Kane and
oh yeah, it was the tag team. I almost forgot about that. Yeah, that match was great, by the way.
Kane and DVD, yeah, you know me, versus Kofi and R-Truth for the tag team titles.
Yeah, may I go ahead and state, as of right now, when he says me, Zach here is a giant Daniel Bryan fan, and I am a giant Daniel Bryan hater. Yeah, if you add me on Skype, which we'll put our Skype names in the description of this YouTube video later, so you can add us, ask us questions, We'll even start, fan conversations, but when it comes time to the podcast, it will just be me and Zach talking, and possibly that extra person that I was talking about earlier. We'll give you our Skypes, and, you can talk to us, about whatever. It's always nice to meet more WWE fans and, see, you guys' opinions on stuff.
Yeah.
But that Kane and Daniel Bryan match, speaking of the fans, by the way, and speaking of what kind of fan, you guys are probably wondering, because I just told you Zach's a Daniel Bryan fan. I'm the Undertaker fan. You'll notice if you go on my I'm the Undertaker fan. If you add me on Skype,
Undertaker.
yeah, in WWE 12, that announcer just says his name so poorly. But and if you add me on Skype, you'll notice that I'm an Undertaker fan. You'll see it in the About Me. It'll be my profile picture. But moving on, back to Night of Champions.
Go there.
Oh God.
Inside joke.
Yeah, inside joke. Dear Lord. Anyway, moving on.
I just want to. Sorry to interrupt, but I just want to say about the match. It was an alright match. Maybe not the best tag team match I've ever seen, but it wasn't bad for what it was. It didn't go that long. It was actually about 30 minutes. But it was kind of predictable that Kane and Daniel.
Yeah, it was really predictable. Sorry that I cut you off, by the way. It was really predictable who was going to win that match. Kane and Daniel Bryan were obviously going to win it. I'm happy that they won it. And that segment... well, actually, before we get to the segment, I'm going to give that match I'm going to give it a 2.5 out of 5 also, like the other match I gave. Zach, what is your score on it?
I gave it a 2 1/4 star. It wasn't bad.
What is with you in 2 1/4? Can't you just say 2.5? Do you have to really make it an awkward number like 2.4?
That's how a lot of people do it with like halves and stuff. But
I say half of what it actually is half, and that's 0.5.
Whatever.
Whatevs.
Yeah, I think they got the Raw leading up to Night of Champions. I think if I remember correctly, they got a #1 contendership. Like they won a match.
Yeah, they got a #1. They beat the Prime Time Players.
Primetime players.
Oh God, no! Please don't start this. But anyway, they beat them.
Millions of dollars.
Zach is also a Primetime Players little fanboy, just because of.
I just like the stuff that they do. I don't really like them as a tag team.
Yeah.
They're entertaining.
But
anyway. It's not for opinion. Until AEW got released, but it's a different story for a different time. But
yeah.
After they won that #1 contendership on Raw leading up to Night of Champions, I was like, oh, they'll probably win a Night of Champions. I really don't see it any other way.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it is what it is.
But
I can't wait to see what they're going to do with them going into the future. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. But the only reason I was actually just about to say we're actually 18 minutes in. We want to make this roughly 20, 25, maybe even 30 minutes long. So, to quickly, what was your score? You said your little 2.5 for the match. Is that what you said? Anyway.
2 1/4 stars.
Yeah, no, it's 2.5. Anyway, moving on. The segment after that caught me off guard. It was actually pretty hilarious. When Kane and Daniel Bryan were arguing after they won, and then Kane left, and he grabbed the Gatorade thing and poured it all over everybody, and then he was like, "I'm going to Disneyland," and started skipping away. And I'm just like, yeah, that was pretty hilarious.
They're like the next Booker T and Goldust. They're really hilarious.
Yeah.
But that was actually a little bit later. I don't mean to be correcting you all the time, just like trying to keep it professional. But yeah, that was a little bit later though. That backstage segment.
Yeah.
But after that tag team match, they had a backstage segment with Eve and stuff, and about her getting a title match and stuff, and I just saw it coming. It was just a predictable thing again. I just wanted to add that.
Yeah.
But next match.
The next match was the United States, right? That was the United States?
Yep.
Alright, now we're pretty much more than halfway through, considering we already did the Divas match, which was actually after the United States, if I'm not mistaken. So about the United States match, it was Zack Ryder versus Antonio Cesaro. Before I even talk about this match, I'd like to say I'm going to give it like a 1, maybe a 1.5 out of 5. I wasn't really happy with the results. I was really hoping, me and Zach were actually both hoping that Zack Ryder was gonna win that match.
It would be cool to see him win.
Yeah, and I don't really like Antonio Cesaro. Me and my friend at school also, we were talking about it, and we were really hoping that he was gonna win, but obviously Antonio Cesaro's little manager decided to step in and mess up the match, because Zack Ryder would have totally won that. But what is your score for that match, Zach?
I gave it, actually, I thought it was a good match, actually. I thought it was better, a little bit longer than I expected it to be. I thought it was going to be, like, sort of worse and shorter. But it was actually pretty good in general. I actually kind of enjoyed it. But, I gave it a 2 2/4 stars.
Oh, God. Will you stop saying 2/4? It's 2.5. Or 2.5. No, who cares?
Okay, Mr. Bird. No, but,
inside joke again.
Yeah, that's our math teacher, but actually don't mind Antonio. I know there's some fans out there for Antonio. I'm IWC.
Oh Lord. Anyway, moving on though to.
It was actually sorry to interrupt, but yeah, it was a backstage segment with Del Rio and Otunga and Ricardo after that United States Championship match, and I was just talking about like how they were like faking the cast injuries or whatever.
Yeah, that was the minute I saw that, I was like, okay, Sheamus is that's really hard to say, by the way. Say Sheamus with an S at the end of it. Sheamus. No. Sheamus's. All right. Anyway, Sheamus's Brogue Kick immediately that was banned. I immediately knew that it was going to be unbanned at Night of Champions. I knew it was bound to happen. And getting into that match, by the way, now, since after that segment was the match.
Wait 1 second. I just want to add real quick about that segment. I thought it was kind of stupid. Like, I was watching another review of this pay-per-view, like, earlier, and they said how, like, it was stupid, like, how they didn't, like, they were trying to be, like, secretive about it, that they were faking it. Like, you wouldn't think that they would, like, that there was, like, a camera guy, like, a couple of feet away. It would be kind of obvious. Like, I would have liked to see, this is what the reviewer said, too, like, maybe, like, the camera guy sort of, like, halfway into the door, you know what I mean? Like, sort of, like, being sneakative about capturing it. That's just my opinion.
Oh, yeah, that actually, that's a good point. That is a good point.
Yes,
I'm sorry, by the way, people, that if I'm a little off topic, I don't have the Wikipedia up like my buddy Zach does. Yeah, and has notes like he does. Yeah, he wanted to be prepared, and this is our first episode actually, so I didn't really mind. I didn't really care where it was gonna go. I want to be more professional myself though in later episodes, but this is the first episode. See how people react to it. See what happens. So I didn't bring up the Wikipedia and stuff like my buddy here did, and I apologize for that since he's gonna keep correcting me until.
You there?
Yeah.
We got cut off for a second. But,
oh, you did get it cut off? Alright. Well, Alright. Alright, well, continuing.
The next match was Dolph Ziggler and Randy Orton.
The next match was Dolph Ziggler and Randy Orton, right.
Yep.
That was a really good match, actually. I'm not gonna lie. I really, really enjoyed that match. I'm gonna, before getting into it, I'm gonna give that match a, I want to say maybe a 3.8 out of 5, maybe even possibly a 4 out of 5. It was a really good match for me, even though it wasn't a championship match.
I actually gave it about 3 2/4 stars, but I'm gonna give it a 3.5 stars. It was actually really good. It was better than I expected, and it actually got a lot of time. Like looking at the Wikipedia, it says it was the second longest match actually. It went 18 and 24, minutes. 18 minutes, but yeah, it was actually a really good match. I actually really enjoyed this. We actually seen this match like on TV a lot before, but whatever. But I just noticed like mostly in the beginning, like Dolph sort of dominated, but then it sort of got back and forth towards the middle endish, and the near falls and stuff towards the end, and close counts were actually really good, and which is really enjoyable. And at the end with the that was a really cool finish with the RKO. Like threw Dolph Ziggler up and like RKO'd him. Like that was pretty cool to me. Really
Yeah,
good
that's
match,
I actually didn't get to see that, so I'm gonna look that up a little bit later.
So
Yeah,
that was really cool.
yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, we're 25 minutes in now, so sorry. I don't want to limit to 30 minutes. If we go over maybe like 30. The reason I want to try and stay in 30 minutes is because if it's over 30 minutes, I'm gonna have to make three videos of this. I don't feel like splitting that in 3 parts.
I was gonna say something, but we can move on. It's all right.
I think we spent too much time in the first of the video. I probably shouldn't have talked about the Battle Royale. But
we can just skip to the last two because like we already talked about the Divas.
Yeah, we already talked about the Divas. So going to Sheamus's and Alberto Del Rio's match, like we haven't seen.
I knew that.
Yeah, but we haven't seen that match a million times already before. Yeah, Night of Champions.
Like the 4th time, I think.
Yeah. That match was actually really good, but before I give it a rating, I'd like to point out that me and Zach, we live in New York. SmackDown is coming to New York on the 25th. And the thing is that it was around the time of WrestleMania too. I think it was on the day of WrestleMania when we were watching it at home. I was over at Zach's house, and they announced that September 25th it's coming to where we live, and I was like, okay, that's nice. And then the first match that they say is Sheamus, Alberto Del Rio, and Randy Orton triple threat for the World Heavyweight. And it showed Sheamus holding the World Heavyweight. So it kind of gave away that Sheamus was going to win at Night of Champions, and he did. He won that match. So me and Zach both knew, who was going to win that.
Yeah, it was kind of stupid. I know they do this all the time before because, they have to announce for the vendor and stuff, like, the matches and stuff. Like, it's just sort of a business thing, I think. But it was actually a really good match. It was either better or on par with their SummerSlam match. I'm still not sure which one is better. But
I think it was better than the SummerSlam match.
I'll have to rewatch it sometime. But before the match, though, Booker T came out like you said before and reinstalled the bro kick, which I thought was kind of stupid. Like, not that I don't like the bro kick, but I think it's a cool move. It's just I kind of want to see Sheamus winning with that
with the clover leaf, yeah.
Or like differently, because not gonna lie, the bro kick is kind of getting boring. Like him winning with the bro kick every time.
Yeah, before when he first came out, he would do the Irish Curse backbreaker, and then he would do the Celtic cross. The throwback thing that he does, and then he'd pin with that. Then after a while, he started doing the bro kick, and then recently, because the bro kick was banned, he did the cloverleaf.
It was something different. It was a good match. I gave it like a 3 2/4 stars.
And 2/4.
Yeah, I gave a lot of matches.
You are sounding really confusing right now. Can you please just say the exact number?
Okay, 3 and 3.5 stars.
Okay. I'm just trying to make it simpler. I mean, probably some hardcore wrestling fans know what you're talking about, but I'm just trying to make this simpler for people that don't, usually listen to reviews.
Yeah. Understandable.
Yeah. Actually, we're going to run over, obviously. We're going to take 2 minutes or longer to talk about the last match, actually. So you can go back. We're going back to the match before about the, was it the the Randy Orton and Dolph Ziggler match. You had something else to say, apparently, about that match?
Yeah, I just want to add real quick that that was kind of stupid that Randy Orton should have won. That Randy Orton won. I kind of would like to see Dolph Ziggler to win. Like,
I kind of knew you were probably going to bring up something like that.
I just want to say my opinion.
I'm going to point out, though, from time to time, me and Zach will have obvious differences about who should win a match. A lot, actually. It does happen time to time, though. For the last match, we both wanted CM Punk to win, not giving away who won at the moment. But, Wink, wink. But personally, about that match, I think Randy Orton definitely should have kept that win. Him and Dolph Ziggler both have gone at it one or two times before Night of Champions, and Randy Orton won one, and then Dolph Ziggler won one. Actually, I think maybe even possibly three times. Maybe Night of Champions was fourth. And then I believe Randy Orton did win another one, and then at Night of Champions he won again. So he won three times against Dolph Ziggler, and Dolph Ziggler only won once. In my personal opinion, I still believe that he should have, like he did, he won at Night of Champions against Dolph Ziggler. I think Randy, he's been in the business for a while, and he hasn't really gotten as of late. Yeah, he hasn't really gotten as of late any specialty. Like, there's nothing been going on with him. And
he's sort of just floating around. They don't really know what to do with him that much. Like, after his suspension, like, they really don't know what to do with him that much.
Which is exactly why I'm happy that he won at Night of Champions, and I'm also happy to hear that when they come here, there's a triple threat match with him, and Sheamus and Alberto Del Rio, which apparently, as of recent news, apparently it's not Alberto Del Rio anymore. It is Big Show, from what Zach has heard.
Yeah, on the radio.
Yeah, he heard it on the radio that it would be Big Show instead of Alberto Del Rio. Which, even though Big Show hasn't been extremely good as of late, he has been a heel. But I still think it...
he just needs to retire.
He just needs to retire. But I still think it's going to be better than seeing Alberto Del Rio in it. I'm getting really tired of the whole Sheamus Alberto Del Rio thing.
It's overdone. It's overplayed. Just do something new. Do something.
Yeah,
different.
how just like how John Cena and Big Show happens like every once a year.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That was yeah.
All right, but now for the main event. Now that we're done talking about that, so for the main event, it was John Cena versus CM Punk, and I thought John Cena versus that match was, I can't even get into that.
That was a damn good match.
Yeah, like that.
I mean, I wasn't expecting like that much. Like I was expecting like a relatively good match, but I didn't expect them to go like that. Good of a match. Like, it was awesome.
Yeah, that match was really, really good. Actually, I don't think... Did I give a rating on Sheamus and Alberto Del Rio? Let me go back to that real quick.
Lucas?
Yeah. I think I gave it I give Sheamus and Alberto Del Rio. If I haven't said it already, I'm sorry. It's been over 30 minutes now. I want to say a 4 out of 5. So what do you think that match got, Zach?
I would say a 3 and a 2 4 stars. I think you're kind of overrating a little bit, but that's just my opinion.
Well, so far you've given like every match after like that 3.3.5. So I'm just trying to spice it up a little bit.
It's not about spicing up sometimes. It's just about your opinion, but
it is my opinion. I really thought that was... I really, personally, I'm a big... Not only am I an Undertaker fan, I'm a really good CM Punk fan and Sheamus fan. And I was really... Anytime that Sheamus competes, I'm really excited to see it. So I kind of give him like an extra 1.5 stars all the time.
Yeah, I don't mean to keep it going too, by the way. I just want to say, like, even though it was sort of predictable, like, who would win we sort of knew. And even if, like, we weren't going to the thing, I think it would be kind of predictable still. But, like, towards the end, it was, like, a lot of near falls and stuff. I really, truly thought sometimes that Del Rio was going to win. Like, it just a lot of the submissions and stuff. Towards the end, it was, like, pretty great.
Yeah, I was kind of... I agree with Zach, though. I was kind of sad that, Sheamus didn't win by using the cloverleaf.
Would have been different. Spice it up.
Yeah. Alright, but, I'm sorry, I don't even think we gave that match a rating, so I wanted to go back to it. Sorry for being all over the place again. This is our first video. Next time I'll have the wiki popped up too, so we know what the hell we're talking about.
Wikipedia is your friend.
And Wikipedia is your friend. Even though it lies sometimes. But, for the final match, like we were saying, it was a really, really good match. John Cena and me and Zach are really we're not John Cena haters. It's just for the fact that he's so... What?
I'm a John Cena hater.
Well, okay, fine. Zach is a John Cena hater. I'm not a John Cena complete hater, but I don't think he should be Spotlight anymore. He's really been Spotlight for like 5 years or maybe even longer. Pretty much ever since he won it from JBL at WrestleMania 21, was it? Yeah, 21. Yeah.
About 7 years he's been in the spotlight.
Yeah, he's been in the spotlight ever since he's won that belt. It's kind
something
of
new, something fresh. We need something else.
Yeah. And he's been the face of the WWE for so long now, and but that match, even though John Cena was in it, that was a really good match. Although it is pretty funny that he got booed in his hometown. That was really funny how he got booed in his hometown.
Yeah.
There was this one part. Sorry for interrupting you, because I know you're about to talk, but there was this one part where they pretty much were throwing fists back at each other, and every time CM Punk threw one, everybody was like, "Yay!" And then John Cena threw one, he was like, "No."
Yeah, those are always fun. But yeah, it was a damn good match actually. I don't know if I would say it's as good as their one from last year at Money in the Bank, because that was just amazing. That was awesome. But I would probably say like the second one down from like their matches they've had, really good. Lots of back and forth, close counts like towards the end. Like I think it was like, did John Cena kick out from like 2 or 3 GTSs or something? John
Cena kicked out of he kicked out of 2 GTSs, and then he got out of 2 Anaconda Vices, if I'm not mistaken. He got out of a rock bottom that CM Punk did to John Cena. That was hilarious. CM Punk rock bottomed John Cena, and that was hilarious.
If you smell what the Punk is cooking.
Yeah. Oh God. But that was a really, really, we can't really explain it. That was just a really good match.
Go out of your way to see this, like, if you can. Just go out of your way to see this. You wouldn't regret it.
So yeah, if you were gonna buy this DVD or Blu-ray, whatever, we actually would recommend it. You should probably buy. Yeah, you should probably buy Night of Champions. And I'd get it on Blu-ray personally, if I had the money for it. I don't really have the money for it. But I'm gonna give it a. I know I gave Sheamus and Alberto Del Rio about a 4 and a 4, out of 5. I'm just trying to explain that the ending matches in a pay-per-view really mean a lot, and I'm going to give it about either a 4 out of 5 or a 4.5 out of 5. So, Zach, what's your rating on that?
I would probably, I just want to mention, too, I like CM Punk's cool attire. It was pretty funny. It was like, he had the Yankee, like, baseball stuff, and, like, he was in Boston. That was pretty funny to me.
Yeah.
And I also want to mention, too, Paul Heyman was out there, but he didn't really do anything. Like, unless I missed something, he didn't really do anything. He was just standing there watching.
He made some funny facial expressions, actually.
Well, he always does. But,
yeah.
EC Doug. But, yeah, it was actually a cool ending, too, with Draw. Like, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, me and Zach thought Cena had won it, and we were both like, no. Yeah, we were just like doing the Daniel Bryan nose, and then he said, out of nowhere, CM Punk won from a draw, and we were like, yes. And then,
so happy that he won in the end. But I would give it, I gave it 4 stars. I thought it was a really good match. Not as good as our Money in the Bank, but really good. Just, you can't go out of your way to see this.
And yeah, that is, also we will be doing, we'll be talking about Raw later tonight or, tomorrow. Well, it is later tonight for us, but I'll probably have this uploaded by either tomorrow or whenever. But like I said, we'll be putting our Skype names. I'll be putting the Skype names in the bottom, so if you want to add us, talk about WWE stuff, that's cool. We'll add you. We're not going to decline. Yep, and
I just want to also say, like, I gave this pay-per-view, like, an overall rating, and I'll give it a 7.5. Really enjoyable overall. I just want to add that.
All right. I guess I'll give it about a 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I was thinking about like 8.2. I might change it later on. But like
All right.
7.5.
But anyway, that was, sorry to cut you off, Zach, but I don't want to make this video 40 minutes. So that was the WWE Fans Speak podcast. We will see you guys later.